As a foot care nurse, when is it a good time to quit your full-time job? It's a question I get often. I will never tell you when to quit your full-time job. That is completely individualistic and that is up to you. So I got this question recently and I was like, oh, I'm doing my laundry. I should make a video and explain this to you guys. So as a foot care nurse, I basically left my bedside position after launching my foot care business several years ago. And now I teach nurses how to launch their own independent senior foot care business through the Foot and Nail Institute. Hello, I'm Heather Wilson. And my story is this. Basically, I built my business up to the point where I felt like I was comfortable financially. I had replaced my income that I was earning at the bedside. So the way that I did that was I had in-home sessions as well as in-clinic sessions as far as my foot care services went. I built that up, and then what I did was I slowly backed out of the hospital. So I went from full-time to part-time to contingent. The last couple years that I was still in the hospital, I was contingent, but I think I had only worked maybe 4 days a year. So it was kind of like, I don't know what I'm doing there. They just kind of let me hang out. And then finally I made the decision to leave, and that's a whole other video. It's kind of a funny story, so I'll do that another video. But I basically replaced my income. Now, how many hours and days was I working to do that? So I worked Monday through Thursday, 9 to 2. And at that point I had doubled my income as a foot care nurse. So do the math, at Monday and Tuesday, I had already made what I was making at the bedside. So just 2 days a week, I'd already pretty much made what I was making working 3/12s. So for me, working 3/12s versus 2 5-hour days, that was a win for me. So you're going to have to decide what that success and win is for you. I will say that the other things that you have to consider with this is not just money and how much money you are making. You have to also take into consideration things like your insurance, your vision, your dental, your health. Whose insurance are you going to be on? Because it's a little bit easier if you can be on your spouse's or your partner's insurance. You can get individualistic insurance healthcare plans out there. They do exist. I don't know the numbers on them. I don't know how expensive they are, but I do know they exist. And we do have somebody that helps us facilitate that inside of the Foot and Nail Institute that you can reach out and talk to, decide if that is the path that you want to take. The other thing to consider is going to be your retirement. Just because you leave the hospital does not mean that you quit investing in your retirement. So you will need to meet with your financial person through the hospital system, as well as develop and establish somebody that you want to kind of allocate those funds to, have them continue doing your financial planning for you. So basically what I did was I set up an appointment with my advisor at the hospital. I was like, I'm leaving. We basically transferred those funds into a outside investment type thing, and that's where I left them. So it's up to you when you leave. It's something that is a big decision. You have to decide lifestyle. Are you going to continue to put the effort into the business once you get going? Because nobody's out here. You have no boss telling you to show up. It's all on you. You can make as much as you want, but you do have to put the work into it. So I tell people that, you have to decide what that looks like for you. How much are you planning on working? How much are you planning on marketing? What is the growth factor in your market? That is also a consideration. I get a lot of messages from people who are like, I'm really doing good at this. I have podiatrists sending me patients. I've got a couple different senior centers. I'm in X amount of assisted livings. I think I'm doing good. I think I'm ready to take the jump. And I tell people that is completely an individualistic decision. I will never tell you, yes or no. So I hope that helps somebody out there, but that is kind of my path, how I ended up becoming independent and outside of the bedside.